Okay, everyone, it's Christmas Eve, and I just wanted to update you on my Halo journey. Now, when I started playing, many people in the comments were saying to me, "You're missing out. You should be playing this co-op with your wife because you're missing out on some of the greatest co-op gaming has ever seen." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I invited my wife to join me on it. Sorry, you was right. Jesus Christ, Halo co-op is absolutely insane. I had an all-nighter yesterday with my wife. We started from the beginning, and honestly, and look, we've played things like No Way Out together, and we've played a lot of other games together, right? But Halo is unlike anything else I've played co-op with my wife. It is insane. As I said in my post, we troll each other and kill each other just as much as we kill the enemy, right? We've flown off of cliffs, we've stuck plasmas to each other, we've done it all. It's been a wild mental ride all night yesterday. And what makes Halo so amazing, it's the organic way that it plays. Like my wife driving badly and me shooting badly at the same time in the vehicle, trying to be menacing, only to fly off the end of a cliff at the end. Like, both of us running around like idiots, not understanding how to turn on a bridge. There's a moment in the beginning, I think it's the second mission, where you get to like a bridge, but you can't cross it, because it's like an energy bridge. So I was like, okay, I'll stay here by the bridge. You go figure it out, right? Because we thought it was a terminal way back in the tunnel earlier. So I sent her back to the terminal, and she's pressing it, and it's not coming on. So I was like, okay, it's not the terminal. So she comes back, and I'm like, pick me up. I'll just wait and chill here, right? Pick me up. So I've been recording loads of clips, so many clips. So when I finish it, I'm going to utilize all the clips. So she's coming towards me like a million miles an hour, and I'm just standing there thinking, yeah, slow down. No, baby, slow down, babe. And that's it, gone. Smushes me into the ground and flies off down the giant chasm. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought the bridge was up." It's like, you knew the bridge wasn't up. It's like stuff like that. And honestly, we created so many memories in those few hours we played. From like 9 p.m. to like 2 a.m. We created so many memories together. It's just these organic moments which keep on happening when you're playing with another person that you can't sort of predetermine are going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like little things, like I die and it's just her now on her own. For some reason I can't spawn in, and she's having to John Wick her way around the enemies. And I'm watching it in horror and despair as she's not taking cover and she's just jumping around like an absolute lunatic, and somehow, some way manages to pull it off. And the little look she gives me, the smugness in her face when she does it, like, I did well, didn't I? Huh? And I have to tell you, you did great. You was amazing. Little things like, there was a moment where I was shooting some guy, right, one of the bigger blue ones, and my wife comes out of nowhere with the vehicle and just smashes into him. And I was like, well, you just stole my kill. And she just giggled next to me, thinking it was really funny. Just those moments where eventually, despite all the trolling, because there's times when I'm just running past and a plasma just hits me and I don't even realise, and I blow up and hear her chuckling to herself. And then there's other times I've just totally took her out, right, with a sniper, and she's had no idea it was me. And she's like, "Oh, someone killed me," and I don't tell her, but it was me. Like, we're always killing each other, time and time again. It's just so much fun. And then there's times when you sync together, and it's like the perfect storm. It's like unity, right? You enter a room, and I'm like, right, you take the left, I'll take the right, and we diverge. And I clear that side of the room, she clears that side of the room. We come back together in the middle, you know, and join forces. And it's like I'm covering her 6, she's covering my 12. Like we're like a two-man army of destruction. And it's this level of cooperation in the co-op which makes Halo really special. And if this game mechanically was exactly the same as it is back then that's absolutely nuts. Like, because I am having the time of my life. I can't wait to play this with my son. This campaign is so much fun. I could replay this campaign all day. It's the level design. It's just the gameplay loop keeps you involved all the time. You're always shooting. You're always smacking. You're always slapping grenades and stuff. And I don't care how many times you do it. Every time you press reload, isn't that satisfying though? When you have this look. Do you know the amount of times, by the way, I had to sacrifice my gun for my wife because she has no idea about ammo control, right? And she'll be like, oh, I just have the pew pew gun. And I see the sadness on her face as she sees me running around with the assault rifle. And I have to just, okay, drop my rifle, swap mine out for a needle gun. And she can take my rifle and she runs away with a little smile on her face. But every time you press is it RB? R1? RB, right? Whatever. Every time you press the reload button, that noise is so satisfying, isn't it? Like, oh. And do you ever find those patterns where you're reloading when you have like 45 bullets left? Just so you can hear it. When you see some enemies, right? And you've got plenty of ammo, but it feels right, doesn't it? Just to go and then run into battle. What else was I going to say? There was something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember now of all the excitement. We're about halfway in. We're going to finish it tonight. And I will update everyone, because I can't wait to really find out what this flood is about, that everyone keeps going on about. What's something I wanted to say, wasn't there? I remember now. Every time you throw a grenade, the plasma ones that stick to people, it never gets old watching them react to it, does it? Especially the grunts when it hits them and like, oh no, and you just see them panicking and you always feel bad. Well, my wife does. She always feels terrible. Every time we're playing it, she's like, oh, I can't take it when they scream and they run around and they're terrified. And every time you hit someone with that plasma, their reaction, and then the subsequent, them flying through the air when you do it, you just have to take a moment to savor it, don't you? Like, I've recorded a lot of these moments, and when I finish the game, I'm going to put all these little moments together. Moments like when I first had the audacity to jump on one of those energy turrets before my wife, and she thought that was unacceptable, only to just attack me viciously with so much merciless intent that I had no choice but to enter the Netherrealm. You know what I mean? And then me and her spent 5 minutes doing battle over the thing. Me blowing her off of it, she sniping me off of it, me shooting her off of it. We spent like 5 minutes doing that. Just one of us running in a circle around the base of it, the other one trying to shoot. It's so immature that it's taken us much longer to finish the game than it should, because we just can't stop finding ways to destroy each other. So look, yeah, and the music, that music, right? I think is it mission 4? There's a mission where you go on the beach, you start on the beach, and it's like you come out hot, right? And the music is like that Halo theme, that it's a terrible example, forgive me, but you know what I mean? It just gets the adrenaline pumping. So look, we're halfway in. I'm going to go back now because she's waiting for me. She was like, tell them about the all-nighter we had. So I'm telling you. And we went to bed that night and we couldn't sleep. We were so mentally stimulated from it. And I'm thinking of new ways to troll her, things I can do. And but it's like when you're in an intense firefight and you're playing it co-op, and the sort of, you start to read the immersion. You feel like you're there when you're directing each other. It's like, look, I'll cover the high ground. You cover the ground. I'm going to find a way up. You do this. You do that. And it's just, man, I can imagine how epic this must have been in a party. Because obviously you can drive the vehicle. You can have someone on the back, someone driving, someone sitting in the seat and firing. So doing all that together in real time, in unison, that's insane. It's a fantastic game, bruv, because it knows it's a video game, right? It knows it's meant to be fun. So every combat encounter, everything you do is fun. When those big things turned up, I don't know what they're called, those giant things, I'll put it here. That guy, when he turned up, me and my wife collectively shat ourselves. you know, and just, she got in the turret. I was like, you get in the turret, I'll distract them. And I'm just running around like a crazy person, jumping all over the place, trying to avoid being grabbed by these guys. And she's just it's just so much fun. I swear to you, right? It's the greatest experience I've had as a gamer. And I've played them all, right? All the exclusives over on PlayStation, I've loved them all. They've all been great, but nothing, I've created so many memories I will treasure now. Just on one gaming session with my wife on Combat Evolved. So I can't even imagine how much crazy this is gonna get. Anyway, this will be the last video now until probably after Boxing Day. I'll pick it back up. But you guys were right. Thank you very much for the suggestion, because it's been worth it playing it with my wife. I am going to stream Halo, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream multiplayer, because I'm enjoying playing this with my wife and I don't want to do anything to sort of sabotage that. So I'm going to play multiplayer, and I'll let you know when, and you can watch me, root for me, cheer for me as I try and get maybe 2-3 kills a game. But anyway, Merry Christmas guys, have a great Christmas tomorrow, and see you all on the other side.